Hello everyone. Welcome to the GIIS podcast, the Smartcast. My name is Sanvi, and in this episode, I am thrilled to be talking to our CBSE 12 topper, Zaiba Saadat Kanikar, who scored 93.4% in the boards to emerge a topper in GIIS Whitefield. The pattern of academics has seen a big revolution last year, and students have got almost accustomed to the virtual learning. At GIIS Whitefield, it was the first batch of Grade 12, and their pattern for Grade 12 assessment for 2020 to 2021 was first of its kind. The batch is an inspiration for all other students. Zaiba has been a consistent achiever in academics, and the mention of the word topper definitely has her name in our wall of fame. Her motto is to strive to meet all expectations and be content with the quality of hard work that she puts. A sports enthusiast, she has represented our school in various football and basketball competitions and was a part of the Bangalore Wanderers football team. She has also held the position of sports captain as a part of the student council. As a CBSE student who will also be facing my board soon, I have a lot of questions for Zaiba as a topper and hope to get good insights into her methods and be inspired by her commitment. So let's begin by welcoming Zaiba to the show.
Thank you, Sanvi, for that wonderful introduction, and thank you for having me.
First of all, congratulations on such a wonderful performance. You have done us proud.
Thank you so much.
Since you were the first batch of GIIS Whitefield Grade 12 and to experience the virtual learning medium, what was your experience like?
I think this is a question a lot of people have asked us because the pandemic was something nobody expected and it's a whole new set of circumstances. But online classes was something that we were familiar with, but trying to have online classes as a part of our daily routine, it was challenging and again, a very new experience, but the teachers tried their best and they worked just as hard as us to make each and every class more interactive and to try and recreate the environment you have in a class at home, because you have your classmates who are just as dedicated and everyone's focusing on the same thing and having fun at the same time, and at home it's a place where you relax, so trying to get that focus at home it's quite difficult, but the teachers, again, they worked very hard and helped us to cope up with this lockdown situation. And also, my classmates, we made sure we connected and made the class more interactive for the teachers as well, so that it wasn't as monotonous.
I actually relate to that as personally. You were also a topper in English, biology, and psychology. How did you prepare for the finals? What is the secret of your success?
I think something many people would agree with is that the kind of subjects you top in and you do well in are the subjects that you love. So the same thing in my case, these three subjects have been my absolute favorite, and so when you do something you love, you don't realize you're putting that much effort into it, you don't realize you're working that hard, and that just, it makes you feel good. And again, because I love these subjects, I didn't realize that I was working that hard. And secondly, to ensure that I excelled in these subjects and to keep myself connected and interested, I'd make sure to get more information outside the book. That is, read other books and watch movies, documentaries, read articles. It just makes the process much more interesting and it helps you understand why you learn what you learn and the importance of these topics in our everyday life.
It does become more enjoyable through documentaries, of course.
Mm-hmm.
You've been the topper of our school in CBSE Grade 10 exams. Wow! How did you manage to maintain the same focus in terms of consistency and excellence?
Thank you for that question. After I got to know that I had topped in my 10th grade exam, I had so many juniors come up to me to ask me what I did to prepare for these exams. But again, because of such a new experience, I did not expect the results that I got. I think the key thing for me was to not focus too much on the result and to keep myself motivated through the journey and to trust my processes. And also, we had so many seminars in school from our principal and from our teachers because we were the first batch, so it was a new experience for everybody. So we had quite a lot of seminars to deal with stress, to deal with the board exams. And one thing that our principal told us that I will remember for the rest of my life is when you revise something, when you study something, to keep that topic in your head, it is crucial to keep going back to it. Not very often, but for example, if you were to read a topic today, revise that topic again after a week, and then after 2 weeks, and then after 3 weeks. So you have that topic in your head, you don't lose the information. And because again I had that experience of 10th, I understood the mistakes that I made and what I have to do to kind of get the same achievements in my 12th grade. Because I had achieved that before, I understood my capabilities along with the expectations my parents and teachers had. That helped motivate me.
Of course, practice and revision makes perfect.
Yeah, thank you.
Did you find some subjects tougher than the others? How did you manage to strengthen your challenging areas?
Every student has subjects that they lack in, and for me, the main subject was physics. There was a subject I didn't find that interesting in the beginning, and I didn't understand it that well. But the only way to strengthen your weaknesses is to keep practicing. So if you ever find yourself struggling with something, then just pick out more questions, read the theory again, and you'll get there eventually. And especially if you find a subject very boring, the main thing is to, again, like I mentioned before, to try and understand why it is that this has been mentioned, to watch documentaries and read books outside, and that just, it helps you feel more connected to the subject. And I think at the end I kind of fell in love with physics.
How did you keep your calm and enjoy the journey of learning while aiming for the stars?
Especially in this pandemic, to try and maintain stress levels, it was quite difficult because you're at home the whole day, and when you're at school, you have the socialization with your friends. So I did try and pick out other hobbies to keep myself, to have like a little outlet from just studying. The two things that I understood during this lockdown was, first off, time management and prioritization, and secondly, when to step away from your studies, because doing the same thing for a long period of time, you get very exhausted and you become, you kind of get sick of what you're doing. So I understood that after a while, it's good to step away and take a good quality break to refresh your mind. And again, when you're in class, all your friends are always helping you. We're all having group discussions and clearing doubts, and we decided to do that again during the lockdown. So we'd have video calls for 3-4 hours just to discuss our doubts.
I agree. Group studies and doubt clearing sessions also help a lot. Apart from the regular curriculum, what were the other activities that helped you in developing interests in core subjects?
Because we had so much time on our hands these 2 years, our teachers were constantly updating us about different internships and courses and other quizzes outside of school on a virtual platform. And when you're sitting at home and you do those kind of activities, it's a good distraction. And I attended a lot of quizzes and internships, especially in psychology, which our teachers told us about. And so that helped me gain more new experiences and learn more about that subject.
I should definitely look to doing internships when I come to 12th. Our teachers are a rock solid support for our students in these crucial years. How did they play a role in your success?
Since day one, the teachers have been, like you said, a rock solid support. So especially for me, because I've been studying in this school for a very long time, I have a very good bond with my teachers. They're very approachable, and if any time you have a doubt or you're afraid of some exam or you have any sort of low point, you could always approach them. And even throughout the pandemic, the kind of support we got from our teachers was unbelievable. They were always there helping us, providing the materials, clearing doubts. And your teachers are your main motivators to help because they know what you can achieve. So I think they were again, a great source of motivation for me.
And of course, your parents. They're our biggest motivators. What aspect do you think your parents helped you with most?
My parents have always been my biggest support system. I think the main reason why is because they've never pressurized me into doing something or to do my best in it. It's just to be satisfied with the kind of preparation you've done. And I think that's very important because many students worry about the result, that I won't do well in this, I won't do well in that. And that's not something that's in our hands. It's only the journey that we can focus on and the process that we have control over. So that's something they always help me understand. And if I never, if I have a goal and I don't achieve that, they told me that's not the end of the day. You still have time. You can always pick yourself back up. So in that way, they helped a lot.
Of course, teachers and parents, we couldn't have done it without them.
Yeah.
How did you go about the projects that were given to you as a part of your syllabus?
So we had projects from our practical side. We had projects in chemistry and biology, and we got to pick a topic and just research about it. And I am someone who loves research. It's a great way to learn and to explore. So, yeah.
Which was your favorite project? Why?
My favorite project was the biology project that we had. So we could pick any phenomena that we wanted and talk about it. And I remember one day I was watching this documentary by David Attenborough, and he was talking about migration, about monarch butterflies, and how even those tiny insects could travel 3,000 miles and take that energy expensive journey. And so that was something that really caught my eye, and I did a research project based on migration of the butterflies, and I learned a lot about the journey that they take, the kind of changes that happens in their body, and it was very interesting overall.
That sounds interesting. What are your future plans? What subjects do you want to pursue, and in which university?
As of now, I have always been interested in a field in medicine, and so I'm still waiting for the NEET exam to take place. It's been postponed for quite a long time now. And especially in the field of medicine, the field of psychiatry has always interested me. It's a wide field with so many opportunities and so much to learn. So I'm hoping to have a career in that field.
That is a very interesting subject. I also love it. As a student, this is something I want to know as well. How did you maintain your routine and balance between your social life and studies, especially in times like these?
That is something that's very important to balance, especially in times like these, as you've said. I've always believed that never work for too long. Always have either your evenings or your mornings completely free for you to relax and refresh your mind. So I'd always I am a morning person. I am not a night owl. I can't study in the night. So I keep my mornings rigorous in studying, and then towards the end of the afternoon, when you dip and your concentration decreases, go down, take a walk, cycle around. And I think my biggest saviors have been music and cycling, because that combination, it's a great stress reliever for me especially. And then towards the night, towards the evenings, I just sit there, watch TV, and just forget that I have to study, forget I have to do work. And that really helps refresh your mind.
Breaks are important, definitely.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for taking the time to speak with us, Zaiba. I'm confident that hundreds of students will be inspired by your experience and will benefit from your insights in order to excel in the CBSE examinations as well as any other tests they may encounter. Thank you, everybody. Every week, we have podcasts and interviews hosted by students like me. So please do head on to our Spotify, SoundCloud, and YouTube channel and leave a comment about what you felt. We would love to hear from you. Until next time, this is Sanvi signing off. Stay safe. Goodbye.